Alright, so welcome back everyone. Hope you're all safe out there. Today I thought of doing something very different, and that is something related to science. Doing science experiments to explain new things and learn new things every day. So, the topic I've chosen for today is electrolysis of water. Now, we all know that water is composed of hydrogen and oxygen, right? You can see the formula here: two atoms of hydrogen combined with one atom of oxygen. Now, there are wonders that we can do if we manage to split the hydrogen and the water, the hydrogen and the oxygen which is present here. Now, one of the benefits is we can use the hydrogen gas that we can get as hydrogen fuel in fuel cells. We can use those in hydrogen vehicles, cars, etc. And there is a concept known as electrolysis which we can use to also get oxygen gas, and that is also done in the International Space Station, where astronauts live and do numerous experiments for the benefit of mankind. So to explain this simply, you can see that there's a 9-volt battery here. Now, what is actually done? We know that a battery supplies electricity, right? Chemical energy to electrical energy. So using electricity, we can split oxygen and hydrogen present in water into their gaseous forms using electrolysis. So you can see it written here: by electrolysis of water, we get oxygen gas, hydrogen gas. The procedure is you add water and salt, which is just some basic salt, NaCl, sodium chloride, the rock salt that you use in your home. You stir them, mix them well, and then you dip that 9-volt battery which is there into the solution. What you see is that this part, there are two terminals here in the battery. This is known as the anode, that is known as the cathode. What you will see is that oxygen gas will be forming here and hydrogen gas will be forming here in the form of bubbles. Now what people do is that you can collect them in tubes, but for now I don't have the tubes, so we are just gonna do a rough view of this experiment. Right then, so let's begin with the experiment, shall we? So I have some salt here. This is standard rock salt that you use in your home. So I'm gonna dip some of it in the liquid in our solution here. Now what I'm using is distilled water, not distilled water, tap water. You can even use distilled water or drinking water, any pure form of water. But remember to add salt, because salt actually increases the conductivity of the solution. So electricity is passed much more easily, because we all know that water is kind of a poor conductor of electricity. So adding the salt will increase conductivity and will help us to get our necessary required gases, hydrogen and oxygen. Alright, so we can see that salt is pretty much dissolved well here. I'm going to take the spoon out, keep it aside. Here's the 9-volt battery, and let's dip it in and see the reaction, shall we? Alright then, wow, we see an immediate reaction here. Just 1 second, let me just turn this around. Yes, better. Alright, that's wonderful. Now, these rapid bubbles that you're seeing here in this side especially, that is hydrogen gas bubbles, and the bubble that's forming here, that is oxygen gas bubble. Now it forms pretty slowly. If I would have added more salt, then it would have been better. More gases would have been produced. But for now, this much little salt is enough to show you the reaction. Of course, what people do is that they take tubes, as I said before. They collect these gases, for industrial purposes or for various other purposes. And I'll give you a closer look using the magnifying glass here. Alright, you see that? That's a very beautiful reaction right there. Quite simple. You can do this at home too. But it's slightly risky, because the reaction could get endothermic. If you know what happens when hydrogen and oxygen gas react, slightly it could get endothermic, but not much to worry about. And that's pretty much all I have to say, because see, at the anode you have your oxygen bubble forming here, the small bubble there, and you can see rapid formation of hydrogen bubbles here at the cathode. Now these two are the terminals, negative terminal and the positive terminal. It's beautiful reactions, as I said before, and that's all that I pretty much have to say. You can do this at home too, even with the simple battery which has the terminals on the two sides instead of being on the same side here. And that's all. Thanks for watching, and I hope you learned something today. Stay safe. Thank you. Bye then.